Hey, you all, I am back with another Moika's Take. We are running through Grok to do some research to see what it finds for us within the last 24 hours. And you know good and well, since this is an AI, it is probably going to be greater than 24 hours, but hopefully it fits in within that window. And if it's not, maybe we'll just learn something new about what it says. So I'm just going to kind of like read off the story. Um, and kind of give my take on what it is. So right now, the first one we have is Halo Infinite shifts to maintenance mode after final update. Halo Studios has confirmed that Halo Infinite's upcoming Operation Infinite update on November 18th will be its last major content drop, transitioning the game to maintenance mode as the team pivots to multiple new Halo projects, including Halo Campaign Evolved. This here wraps up 4 years of post launch support with boosted progression and new battle passes. Frees up resources for fresh Halo experiences, definitely, because they're going to need them developers to help make sure that game is good so they don't lose no money. You know, they can't afford to lose any more money, especially since this game right here that they are sunsetting is going to be losing them money. But bittersweet end to Infinite's run, considering it's not so infinite. And love these experimental modes, but hey, if it means a killer new campaign, I'm ready. I mean, I agree. I'm ready, Grok. Grok, I'm ready. This thing here is sad to see Halo fumble, but as you know, most live service games don't do too well. You know, especially since they're not really good at making games in the first place. It's like just make the game good in the first place, and then maybe ask us for money when you have, you know, gained the confidence that it's a good. Well, I guess we have the confidence this is a good game. Next on my list here is Character AI implements a ban on minors for open-ended chats. Personally, I think this is good simply because your kid shouldn't be on AI unsolicited, like just not watching them just because they could be doing anything, and the AI could be telling them anything, and it's not going to be objective. It's not going to say, hey, no, maybe you're wrong. Maybe your parents have something to say for you, unless they program that in there. Most AI are very yes man like, so you got to keep an eye on that. And here it says, in response to lawsuits and child safety concerns, Character AI will prohibit users under 18 from engaging in unrestricted conversations with AI companions starting late November, introducing age verification and focusing on non chat features for younger audiences. This here will address mental health risks highlighted by teen suicide cases, establish a nonprofit AI safety lab for ongoing research, and really, though, it's tough but necessary. AI buddies can be addictive, so props for prioritizing safety. Kids stick to creating stories, the bots will wait. Most definitely. They need to learn how to create and work with an AI. And then when they're an adult and they know who they are, they can work with the LLM so they can help. They can use it more as a tool because right now I feel like people are using it as a replacement for a friend, and that's not what you need because the robot doesn't have emotions, and you need to be friends with and make connections with people who are human and have emotions and kind of tell you when you're right and when you're wrong, and versus just all in and just saying you're right, you're right, you're right, because you're not always right, unfortunately. And then again, seems like TikTok is still the topic at hand, still making big moves. And I guess last on my list is Predator. The Badlands dominates box office with strong opening. I think we talked about this a little bit yesterday. I actually had somebody today. I was trying to get a new phone, and they were telling me about how they enjoyed the original Predator movies and how good they were. And personally, I was a huge fan of them because I think I was actually talking to somebody the other day as well, separately, about the first Predator movie and how if I had to fight one, I would like jump in a bunch of mud just so that they couldn't use their infrared to find me, just because that is what they mostly use. And I thought that Arnold Schwarzenegger's character was extremely smart for figuring that out. And I believe that is why the predators, you know, eventually allowed him to live, because he showed great respect, like as a hunter. You know, like he was able to figure things out. He bested them, and he did a really good job. So I'm kind of excited to see how they progress with this series. Um, it it does have a lot to go on with, because like they have, I feel like there are probably different worlds they could cover, different backgrounds, different eras, you know, like see different regions, like see how people in like Asia fought them, how people in Africa fought them, how people in Europe fought them, how people in Australia fought them, in the Americas throughout time. I know they did have one in the Americas, that was pretty cool. But the brief summary here is the sci-fi sequel Predator Badlands opened to 15.6 million on its first day, projecting to be 36 million to 38 million weekend. They could set a franchise record, bolstered by stellar reviews and audience scores. This here, this movie here earned the series best an A minus cinema score, revives theatrical Predator after streaming releases, and you know, Predator is always gold for me. I remember seeing one of them where I think one of the first Predator movies I saw that was more modern, maybe it was when I was in high school, and it was when these people like woke up on like an alien, well, one of their planets, and they were being hunted by them. I thought it was crazy. I was like, "What the heck, man? This is what I need to see, bro." So I've always been Predator, like one of their fans, and I like the Alien versus Predator fights, because it's like two apex creatures trying to battle each other to see who's number one. So can't beat him. I definitely am going to try to go out and see how this movie is and go from there. But what do you guys like about what happened today? Did I, if I missed anything or covered anything that you wish I would have covered, put in the comments below. If you're seeing this a few days later, welcome to the family. I am going to be working on how these things work out and try to make these better. I just thought this was cool, and I wanted to see how AI would help out with finding some of these stories. I'm just like, boom, find me. I'm gonna work on the prompts. I'll probably do a video of me showing how the task works, and then we can probably work on the instructions and the initial prompt together, so we can get better stories. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Well, actually, I'll see you tomorrow. Right? Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.